Welcome back, everyone. A very different story from Toronto to Montreal as the snow continues to fall, although at a lighter clip there. Now, this is for the Greater Toronto area, this hour-by-hour forecast. 2 degrees through the afternoon. It will feel colder than that thanks to a northwest wind, 15 to 30 kilometers per hour. And then overnight tonight, we drop back down to -2. Where it has been snowing, places like Quebec City, Montreal, even Ottawa's had some snow. Well, the next few nights are going to be a lot colder because of that. During the day, the sun, if it is out, it reflects off the snow cover and heads back into the atmosphere, versus if you had some green grass or some asphalt like we're seeing around Toronto. 2 degrees, 3 degrees in Chicago. It is chillier in Saskatoon, -11, -6 at this hour in Winnipeg, which is actually mild for them at the beginning of December. But this is the big system, and the tail end now moving through Montreal. It is still coming down across New Brunswick. Snowfall warnings in place for Halifax as well. 15 to 20 centimeters on the way there. So more and more Canadian cities are starting to look like Montreal, covered in a blanket of snow, and the clouds hang tough through the morning tomorrow. We will see some sunny breaks around here, around the GTA, southwestern Ontario into some wet flurries, but no accumulation, no significant accumulation expected. And then it clears out by Wednesday, or at least becomes partly cloudy, and a high of 1 degree. 4 on Thursday, rain, but could mix with snow. 8 on Saturday and Sunday. It'll definitely be rain with those temperatures, and then cooler by early next week. So we do go above seasonal for a few days. This is what the snow cover does in part. Look at those overnights in Montreal, -15, -7 during the day, and then perhaps some more snow on Friday. But it will likely melt, at least some of it, this weekend as the temperature climbs, reaching 7 by Sunday. And that's a look at your forecast. Candace, back to you.
To you by your locally owned Midas in Belleville, Brockville, and Kingston. For brakes, tires, oil, everything. Midas will keep you safe and on the road in all weather conditions.
Yes, a few flurries out there right now, and we'll probably find that probability of flurries start to diminish a little through the overnight. Still hanging on to a measly probability through the day tomorrow, but for the most part, just cloudy skies. Partly cloudy Wednesday, yes, some partial clearing, but cooler. We're going to see temperatures, those daytime highs get below normal. A chance of wet flurries returning Thursdays. We get to seasonal highs again, and then above seasonal. Pleasant Friday, nice, maybe a sunny period or two, and then as we experience mild temperatures over the weekend, we also pay the price with some wet and mild, highs of 7 or 8 degrees for next weekend. So yeah, I mean, we really don't see much sign of winter coming our way just yet. And though we are getting some cooling, it's certainly not bottoming out. We're not seeing any really super frigid conditions. +1 in Belleville and Kingston, the seasonal norm for a daytime high right now, 2, and that's what they had in Brockville. 1 in Smiths Falls, -1 in Ottawa, the only minus on our map. Peterborough at 0, 2 in Oshawa, and at 3 in Toronto. So everybody's sort of, you know, around that freezing mark or a notch or 2 above. -1's where we're sitting now. Northwest winds moving in lightly at 11 kilometers per hour. And yeah, a few flurries right now. Nothing terrible, nothing heavy, no whiteouts. It's just some light flurries, and we're likely to see that probability diminish overnight. And just a trace of it, about 56 millimeters of rain over the weekend, over Saturday and Sunday combined, and that all transitioned to a light flurry today as we see the back end of the system bringing cooler air in. High pressure trying to move in and bring those temperatures down. It's going to take a while to clear it. You've still got a mostly cloudy day tomorrow and a lingering 30% chance of flurries, all because of the troughing in behind this. And then any of the low pressure south of the border tracks east. High pressure not allowing it to move in to the lower Great Lakes. So we'll get some sunshine for Wednesday, but it will be cool as this high pumps some cooler air into our region. There is another low in the prairies, though, and this is heading our way just in time for the weekend. We may see some wet weather, yes, some shower activity. It may be mixed with wet flurries for some. I know we did see mixed precipitation. When I say mixed, I don't mean mixed for us locally, but it was mixed across the region where there was snow in the north, freezing rain in some parts, and then, of course, closer to the lake, it was more showers. Until today, we're into the flurries, saying goodbye to that tonight, but not saying goodbye completely. I mean, you're still getting that little possibility tomorrow, 30% probability across the region. Into Wednesday, though, we see some breaking up, and late Wednesday it clears right up. However, the cloud will roll back in, and it looks like wet weather again. Yes, a high of 3 by Thursday, back into the plus zone. It may be mixed with some flurries as temperatures drop late Thursday, but for the most part, it is more wet than white. Belleville, a high 1 tomorrow, cloudy with sunny periods and a 30% chance of flurries for Wednesday. Enjoy that sunshine, but you'll want to dress warmly. Only a high of -1. It drops to -7 overnight Wednesday. Brockville, -1 and cloudy skies, a 30% chance of flurries through the day on and off. Tomorrow, Wednesday, it's a high -4 and a mix of sun and cloud, and back up to a +1 on Thursday as that probability of mixed precipitation comes in at just 40%. You're not seeing as high a probability as the Belleville-Kingston area. Smiths Falls, -3 with a chance of flurries tomorrow at 30%. Wednesday, a high -6, a mix of sun and cloud, and for Thursday, a high -1, a 40% chance of flurries. Kingston, your forecast. We're seeing a few flurries this evening, but that probability will diminish to 30% before morning and then carry on through the day. A 30% probability, cloudy skies, and a high 0. Rising to -3 on Wednesday with a mix of sun and cloud. For Thursday, rising to +2. And yes, it's into the plus zone, so the precipitation that reaches us will be wet. You may see it mixed with flurries later in the day. Friday, it's cloudy with sunny periods and high 5. Look at this next weekend. Highs of 8 degrees over Saturday and Sunday, and a pretty good chance of another soaking, a repeat of what we had over this weekend. Monday, it's back up to a fairly seasonal high of 3 degrees. 2 is the seasonal norm now, and it still looks like a pretty good chance of some mixed precipitation. Now your weather wallpaper.
Weather Wallpaper is brought to you by Christine Geary's Maple Leaf Tours Travel Cruise. Visit mapleleaftours.com to get into the picture.
Richard Princeton of Kingston sends this one in. A lovely shot of the Newlands Pavilion at McDonald Park. I love the lighting and the clouds in the background, the moon trying to cut through it, and yeah, it's a lovely picture. Thanks a lot, Richard, for sharing. Yeah. If you've got photos, share them with us at submissions@ckwstv.com.
Yeah, that is a stunning picture, Bill. A recent one, you said?
Yeah.
So the green grass of December in that picture as well. It's been that kind of season so far. Lots of rain for sure, so we're going to get mild weather again this weekend, but not very pleasant outside, right?
No. It's, you know, it's mild enough to make rain, but not mild enough to enjoy mild. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like at 8. What's 8 on a Saturday and Sunday? Yeah. I'd rather just be like we were talking earlier off camera. I'd rather have it clear and cool, and then I can get out and do something. Right. You know, when it's 8
and rain
and wet and windy, you can't rake, you can't do anything.
No. It is, and it's going to be another weekend, like you said. Okay, well, we'll find out what's beyond that in the 10-day outlook a little bit later. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Mike. So Bill has the 10-day outlook, which I guess takes us right into the middle of December already. And
it doesn't look like the middle of December. Look at these temperatures. Will be as high as 8 degrees by next weekend with lots of rain again. 0 tomorrow, cloudy and a small chance of flurries. A high of -2 Wednesday. Yeah, it does cool down a bit, but you're getting some sunshine. That's the trade-off. Thursday up to 2 degrees with a chance of mixed precipitation. Just cloudy with sunny periods Friday with a high 5. And yeah, very mild and wet and somewhat windy weekend. And then temperatures start to fall off as mixed precipitation sticks around, and about a 60% probability over Monday and Tuesday, 40% Wednesday, a cool one, -1. And for Thursday, +1, still a 30% chance of mixed precipitation.
Yeah, so don't see many +8s in December, do you?
No.
Now, Friday is looking nice, and that's one of the days that we're going to be featuring a brightly decorated property in our region.
That's correct. We'll be doing our holiday lights tour, making a stop at 1138 Deerfield. We'll be talking to Tanya Lawrence and her family. Actually, we're going to zip over there tonight and have a chat with them, and we'll have a lovely story for you by Friday.
Deerfield, that's in Kingston's
Yep.
east end?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
I don't have it loaded into my GPS yet, but
Deerfield rings a
I'm
bell.
on my way there tonight.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah, so, Bill, it's going to be wet for, well, I guess this week is not too bad, right? It's the weekend that the rain really
Yeah, it cools
moves
off
in.
a bit. We got a bit of sunshine Wednesday, and the temperatures start to climb as we get into the mild, wet, and windy conditions
Yep.
for Saturday and Sunday.
I think wild is appropriate, too, by
Yeah.
the time the weekend rolls around. We'll be right back.
Your long range. You're watching CKWS News at 11.
Those big rainmakers are now out of the way, but today we saw things cool down a little bit, and that little tail end, that little bit of troughing just on the backside of this system, it brought us a trace of flurries. Not a whole lot, and that troughing will move out. We'll see high pressure trying to move in and clear things up for you, but it might take a good day or so. One thing is we'll put the brakes on the precipitation for a bit, but high pressure is going to take over. This low in the south stays south, phases with another one off the east coast, and really doesn't become an issue for us, and that high pressure is going to build. We've got some sunshine for Wednesday, but you want to bet temperatures are going to drop a little cooler, probably seasonal or just below that for most of us. But look out, another low from the prairies moving in. That's probably going to bring you some precipitation as we roll into Thursday. Could be a mix for some of us, could be snow or flurries for areas away from the lake. Belleville, it's a high of 1, cloudy with sunny periods tomorrow. There is a 30% chance of a flurry, very small probability across the region. Wednesday, -1, yeah, a bit cooler, and a mix of sun and cloud. Thursday, up to a +3, and it looks like a good chance of wet flurries and showers. Brockville up to -1 tomorrow, cloudy skies and a 30% chance of a flurry. Wednesday, -4, yeah, cooler for you as well, a mix of sun and cloud. Come Thursday, it's a high 1 and a 40% chance of mixed precipitation. And in Smiths Falls, -3 is your high tomorrow, 30% chance of flurries. Wednesday, it's a high -6, a mix of sun and cloud, and a 40% chance of a flurry on Thursday with a high of -1. Kingston, your forecast, a high 0 tomorrow. You've got that small probability of flurries and mostly cloudy. A mix of sun and cloud. Wednesday, a little cooler, -2 is your high. For Thursday, up to a +2, and the chance of mixed precipitation reaches us again. For Friday, though, it's just cloudy with sunny periods and a high of 6. And look at this, over the weekend, up to 8 Celsius again. And it looks like wet weather rolling through. That could last over Monday, and a high of 4. That wet weather could be mixed with some flurries.
It's the Hyundai Breakaway